Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to those across the land and across the pond. I am Leo Brown, and here once again with another Psychic's Perspective. So, last week we did our perspective on Brittany Garner. I thank you guys so much for watching that video, for commenting, for liking. It really meant a lot. So, I asked of you once again with this video to do the same. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and just tell me your thoughts overall with this perspective. So today's perspective is going to be a little different. So I'm doing a perspective on Nicki Minaj, also known as Onika Tanya Maraj. So I figured I would do a perspective on her because I think despite her larger than life persona, I think that, and I'm going to call her Onika, I think Onika is a very simple woman who I won't say she's been thrust into the spotlight, but I think there are certain things that she herself was not prepared for getting into the music business. So I wanted to just give a look and give my perspective and see what the spirits have to say for her. So if you guys like this, let me know in the comments. Let me know by the thumbs up. And if you would like a session yourself and you want my perspective on what's going on in your world, then you can log onto my website, which is psychicleo.com. That's psychicleo.com. So with that being said, let's get started. All right. Onika. All right. Okay, someone's telling me to stop, so I'm gonna stop. Now I actually may not even need my cards. Ooh, conflict, 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 conflict. I feel like what I'm picking up immediately is I feel like there's a lot going on in the head. Um, I pick up a sense of there's the Onika that wants to do the right thing, but I also feel like there's people around her that don't want her to. They don't want her. How do I say this? They want her to be the background of her to their foreground. Like I feel like a lot of people around her have a lot of ulterior motives. She doesn't really have people around that she can trust, and she doesn't even trust herself. To be quite frank, um, this explains why she really is leaning a lot on her husband, Mr. Kenneth Petty, and on her child, because I'm seeing her husband and her child, and I feel like she just like those are her nucleus. Um, what I'm picking up around me is that she thinks back a lot because I'm seeing her before she became a star, and I'm seeing like when things was simpler, when things were easier, when she was grinding, but it wasn't the politics wasn't there. I'm picking up a lot of that around her right now. And I feel like she wants to let go of a lot of the image, but then on the one hand, she's like, but I can't. And a lot of it really isn't the music itself, it's the music industry. It's the politics. That's why I think the whole thing with, she and Cardi B come in at, because what I'm picking up is that it's not Cardi B herself, it's more so her camp, it's more so people around her, and then it's people in her camp too. It almost reminds me of like a rival gang. Like it really does remind me of like the red versus the blue, that kind of thing. I feel like she either wants to, and this may sound funny, but I'm almost picking up like a semi-retirement. Because I would not be surprised if she took a year or two off to raise her kid. And she may be having another one because I feel like there's another pregnancy coming up. Um, yeah, she's gonna have at least 2 more children. Probably by like 2025. And I'm seeing her either wanting to move away from, I get like New York, LA, New York, LA, New York, LA. And I feel like she wants to move away from that. I'm seeing her becoming, especially as the years go by, I get her being more natural. And believe it or not, I hear her singing. I hear her singing. I hear her doing like almost like a Lauryn Hill kind of thing. That may sound really weird to say, but almost like a Lauryn Hill kind of vibe, like spoken word, poetry, really getting people to know her, getting people to know Tanya. And it's interesting because a lot of this has to do with like her family dynamics. I feel like her mother, that side of the family, there's a lot of turmoil in there. There's a lot of baggage I pick up around me. A lot of childhood trauma, childhood adolescent trauma. I want to say between 9 and 15, some in there. I get a lot of that, and I feel like she hasn't really addressed a lot of that, which is why now she's been lashing out lately too, on top of everything else that's going on around her. She really needs to watch her circle because I feel like it's people within her circle that really don't care for her like that. They care for what she does, but not her. And I feel like it's 3 people. 2 men and no, excuse me, two women and 1 man. Um, and I just get that she's not as happy. And it's funny, I hear more. What am I trying to say? I hear her actually going on more rants because I know she has clean radio. So I hear her actually going on more rants too. I would not be surprised within like the next 2 to 4 months, we're gonna see more of her wilding out, like more erratic behavior and more of her saying what she feels because I got even in the beginning of the reading that she often feels like she can't be herself. She can't be, it's like the person that's Onika and the person that's Nicki, they're 2 different people. And I feel like that balance is not there. And it's really hard for her. I really do get that. Um, Within her relationship with Kenneth, that's okay. There is love here, but I feel like this is more of a protective thing. I literally get like a daddy issue kind of relationship with them. I don't know why, but I am. Um, and I feel like they do love each other, but I keep hearing the word protection, protection, protection. So I feel like that's really what this is, more than anything else. And I feel like the child is just the child they have is just a casualty of it, unfortunately. But I see her leaning more into being a mom as the years go by. I really do. And I think that's going to be her saving grace is her children. Because I think deep down, she really is a soft, sensitive, delicate person. I also feel like, and I'm no therapist, but I also feel like she has some either like depression. There's something going on with her mentally that she battles with. And I pick up like self-care or self-love or self-preservation. You really need to get into that because all these things they're good distractions, but they're not helping you become the woman you want to be. And once again, I feel like there's a lot of issues with she and her mother because I'm seeing her mom. And I feel like she and her mother, not that they don't get along, they do, but there's like a miscommunication. Like I keep hearing you don't understand, or I wish you understood, or I wish, like I hear a lot of that. I really do. With between she and her mother. And her mother's very, very traditional. Her mother's very old school. Onika, you are kind of in the middle. You're traditional in a sense, but at the same time, you try to be open-minded. It's hard for you to do. But yeah, I really am getting a lot of, just like you guys bump heads every once in a while. But there is a lot of love there. Whew. Um, Physically, I pick up you losing weight. Not to the point to where you're gonna get skinny, because I don't get that. And this is because I keep seeing like two more children, and then afterwards I see you getting kind of thin. And I also see you either removing certain things from your body because, yeah, I am. I'm seeing you kind of like wanting to get back to your more natural self, like you removing like the implants and things like that. I would not be surprised if you did that. If you did a complete overhaul and you just went back to who you were before, because I feel like that's your main goal. Your main goal is to get back to your roots. Your main goal is to get back to the girl from Queens. But it's just hard because this is what has worked. You know what I mean? And this is what has made you the queen of rap. So you're like, I don't want to, I don't want to fuck up my gravy train, but I'm seeing eventually I keep getting like the number two. So I want to say within maybe the next 2 to 3 years that you end up kind of letting go of a lot of stuff. But a lot of things that don't serve you. Um, and I would definitely say just concentrate on your mental health, concentrate on getting less stress, more sleep, please. And take a really good, you need a long social media break because social media does a lot. Like it really does a lot on you. Um, and what else am I getting? And I feel like with you and your husband, I feel like your husband, okay, there's some boundaries that need to be set up because I feel like emotionally there's no boundaries here. And I honestly get that sometimes you allow him to walk all over you and you really shouldn't. And you really need to lay down the law. And I think as your baby gets older, as your child grows, you're gonna start to do that because you need to. Because I feel like he tends to be very, I'm the man, so da, 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 you know what I mean? But I feel like you need to be the one. It kind of needs to be reversed, and he needs to find something to come into his own because I feel like he uses, well, this is I'm Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? Like, not that he's Mr. Nicki Minaj, that's not what I'm saying. But I feel like every now and again, if it's not him, it's people around him that use that to their advantage. Like they name drop. So just be mindful of that. And I feel like it's not necessarily him, it's more so I feel like it's the people around you. Your camp girl, you need to change people in your camp. Because I feel like people in your camp do not all of them, but a lot of people in your camp do not care for you like you think. They really don't. And they're more so about the money, they're more so about the fame and the notoriety. And because you're that girl now, you know what I mean? But I see you even musically wanting to divulge deeper into things of more substance. I really do. So, yeah. And you need to get back into your spirituality. You need to get back into prayer. You need to get back into meditation, things like that, things that help you find your center. Because, yeah, you're not going down a wrong road. It's just very chaotic. At least that's the energy I get. So, whew, I hope that this helps. And I hope that it made sense, not only to you, but to some of your fans. And I wish you well on your journey of growth and of success and of love and all that stuff. So I thank you, Sugarbears, for watching. This is my second perspective on Miss Nicki Minaj. And I look forward to doing this yet again. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, let me know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about Nicki Minaj? What do you think about what she's been doing recently and what she's been going through? Leave your comments below. And until next time, my Sugar Bears, I will see you soon. But until then, be learnable, be teachable, love yourself, and most of all, be you. Have a great day. Bye bye.